It's impossible to know when it started, or the precise origin of the event. It had gone undetected, maybe for centuries. A cataclysm playing out on a microscopic level, imperceptible to the eye. A nano Big Bang. But there were signs, if you looked for them. She first heard that her brother had stopped going to work in February. When she called and asked why, he just said he couldn't remember what he did there. 6 weeks later, he disappeared. Not long after that, she remembered receiving a text in the middle of the night. It read, "I can't find my way home." She didn't recognize the number. At the bottom of her newsfeed this morning was an article about an Alabama man found living on Discovery Island at Disney World. The 11-acre plot, which boasts aromatic trees and walk-through aviaries, had been closed since 1999. Escorted back to the main park on a small boat, the man apologized to waiting guards, saying he thought he had found a forgotten paradise. The authorities don't know how long he'd been living there. Last night, she got up for a glass of water. It must have been 2 a.m. Through the kitchen window, she saw two people stood in the road. She watched them for hours. They didn't move or talk. It was almost light when she got back to bed. On her walk today, she found herself stopping at the traffic lights. She didn't know why, but the traffic light was red, so she didn't move. She would later understand that in the absence of everything else, the red light signal had become absolute. As soon as it turned green, she continued on her way. She noticed that the buildings were beginning to look different. Altered, like structures adapting to their new environment. Metal and glass was merging. Lines breaking away, edges fragmenting into the sky. New forms were taking shape, windows and doors rendered into symbols and letters. A giant alphabet was evolving from the city's architecture. A new language made solid. Road signs and pedestrian crossings were reassigned as punctuation marks. Whole streets spelt out yet to be deciphered sentences. The only noise outside was birdsong. But that too had changed. It was pitched a tone higher, like a maddening bleep. Everything is operating at a different frequency now, she thought to herself. Scanning her newsfeed yesterday, there were reports of a huge gathering on the southern fringes of the city. Hundreds of people congealed in silence. A scene from a long-lost Renaissance painting. The city's outer edges had been repurposed for a mass ritual. Its exact purpose remained undisclosed. She rewatched drone footage of the strange happening, searching for individual faces among the crowd. She opened an old copy of National Geographic. Inside was an article by a German marine biologist called Axel. Axel spent his life following migrating whales around the world, studying their pattern. The article went on to explain that whales travel unimaginable distances around the planet, always following the exact same path. Scientists believe a part of the whale brain is sensitive to magnetic fields, so they can use ley lines as an invisible magnetic map around the globe. Maybe we have brains like whales, she thought, but over the centuries we forgot how to use them properly. Something jammed our magnetic wavelength, throwing us off course. Are we somehow tuning in again? She found herself in front of a building. She couldn't remember if it had been her workplace or home. Certain components felt familiar to her, the diamond-shaped glass panels, the honeycombed concrete blocks. But they had been cleverly reconfigured. The overall sensation was that of a three-dimensional déjà vu. The building's meaning was lost to her now. She heard herself say something and marveled at the complex shape of her words.